Good afternoon, no, it's not afternoon, is it? It's good morning, internet, and welcome back to the channel. So it's Thursday morning. It's the 14th of August, and yeah, it's not a bad day. Look, we still have the Breton clouds, but it's quite warm. What's the temperature? 21 degrees, the Guerrilla's saying. So I suppose what, 17, 18, which ain't too bad, is it? I mean, look at that. A few clouds in the sky, but all in all, quite nice. Not too hot yet, that's the main thing. Now, I wasn't actually gonna come out today for a ride. I didn't think I'd have time, but seeing as I've done non-stop work for the past too many weeks, I thought to myself, I've got to get a cheeky ride in, yeah? Not too sure that was, haven't seen him before, but never mind. So yeah, it's only going to be a short one. It's just me wanting to get around on the bike, having a look, relaxing. I think we'll go this way and then we'll go. I've got to end up by the sea. It's only going to be a short run. So on the Guerrilla, and as you can see, I still haven't sold it. I tell you something really strange, yeah. I tell you what I did, right? I thought to myself, I'll do a little test here, and so here in the UK, arc at me, here in France, if you want to buy one of these new now, they're 5,800. Yeah, and I mean, I've done a couple of things to this. Obviously it's running, it's had its first service, it's got the crash bars on, engine protectors, it's got the screen on. You know, I've changed the what have I changed? The relays, you know, just little bits and pieces, you know, just to personalise it to me. And it's done what it is done, 3,141. So yeah, you know, I mean, so I thought to myself, what I put it up for first of all was for 5-1, yeah, or you know, a debate, which is like, you know, do a bit of haggling. And much to my amazement, which I said in the first video, absolutely nothing, you know. I mean, you generally find that there's always time wasters, isn't there, you know, who just mess about, you know. They just ring you up and annoy you or send you messages, and it's just really a total load of rubbish. They're not interested. But not even one of them, absolutely nothing, you know, nothing at all, which I thought was like really weird, because you know, being this model of bike that everybody seems to be raving about, I thought, oh, you know, this'll just this'll fly out, you know. But how wrong was I? So anyway, what I did was, I thought, not that I would have sold it, I was just seeing. So what I did was, I put it on for 4.5, yeah, 4.5, yeah. I mean, that's a substantial gain, you know, for somebody to buy this bike for €4,500, you know, with all that's been done to it, and you know. Anyway, do you know what? Still not one phone call, not one message, no interest in this bike whatsoever. And you know, it's a bit worrying, really, you know. to think to yourself, hang on a minute, what's going on? And I mean, I don't know why. I really, you know, I mean, yeah, you know, I just don't. If this bike was some sort of bike that had terrible reviews and nobody liked them, you know, I could maybe understand it. Anyway, but like I said in my last video, since I took it in and they reset the codes, it's going to be dark. Look at this, eh? Every time I come out. Anyway, yeah. So since I had it, you know, they reset the fault code and God knows what else he did to it, little bits and pieces. It has run a hell of a lot better, you know. So do you know what? To be honest with you, even now, I think that, you know, I wouldn't sell it. Really, I don't think so. You know, you gotta look at things, haven't you, really, and think, well, you know, hang on a sec, because like, if I was to sell this now, you know, let's look at the pluses. I know this bike has been running to perfection because that's what I do, right? So, you know, the engine has had every bit of loving care that it should have done. I know that, I mean, I look after my vehicles, I always have done. So, you know, for what I want a bike for, I keep trying to put it into 7th gear now. You know, I think this now will be great. You know, like I said, it is running better. It hasn't run as good as it has like this for well, really ever since that I've had it. So, you know, I think it's going to be a keeper now. So, you know, maybe I'll do a couple of little things to it, you know. Probably, like I said, I'll probably change the rear sprocket, so I get a little more cruisability, although, you know, I'm in it with its 6 gears, but even so, you know, I'll probably do that. There's not really anything else that I want to do to it. I might put a radiator cover on it, because that front oil cooler is pretty much not oil cooler, the front water cooler radiator is pretty wide open, you know, and can be quite easily knocked. And I might, you know, the rear hugger that they fit on this, it's a pity they didn't make it a bit longer, so, because it does, not that I intentionally go out in the wet, but our roads here in the winter can be pretty horrible. So what I'm going to do is, I think I'm either going to, well, I looked to replace the whole thing with a bigger hugger. It's something stupid price wise, you know, I think it's over €200, which is just stupidness. So anyway, I'm not going to do that. So basically, I think what I'll do is, you can get an extension. I think Royal Enfield themselves, I'm not 100% sure, but I think Royal Enfield themselves sell an extension piece that you fit onto the end of your existing hugger, and it just stops that bit of water spraying up, you know, into the shock and everything else. So yeah, I think I'm going to get one of them. I think they had about 30 odd euro, which, you know, to be honest, I think basically you have to take off the rear tyre. Aye, motorbike on my side of the road. I don't know whether the GoPro picked that up, but the geezer are going to set a red, I mean, he looked like a sort of my age, sort of. He got a sort of pair of red horns on his helmet. So I remember years ago I used to have a ponytail on mine, and I knew this tractor was going to do that, eh? Still near mine. And then the guy who's driving the tractor is looking at me like I'm in the wrong. Still, never mind, such is life, I suppose. I'm in too good a mood to be upset by a donk. Yeah, so that, I think oh, see that bloke run across the road then? He just comes straight out of there. I mean, he wasn't actually on the crossing. He just ran straight out there and straight across. Bit iffy, wasn't it, eh? So if you'd have hit him, I'm not too sure who did have tried to blame for that. Right, getting back to what I was doing. So yeah, definitely the extension hugger. More than likely, especially if I've got to take the back wheel off to fit it, more than likely put on the that sprocket as well, just to give me a little bit more, knock the revs down, not a lot, just a bit. Every little helps. Aye, what's going on here? And sooner or later a set of Michelin, but that's not going to be, I mean, I'm going to wear these tyres out first, which I'm in no actual rush to do, really. So this is Plozzivet we're going through now. Well, in fact, we're nearly out the other side, but still, never mind. So yeah, I reckon it's a keeper at the moment, because there is I reckon if you was to part chop this, say I was to go back to Royal Enfield and say, look, I'm interested in, I don't know, you know, shotgun or interceptor, or you know, anything like that, I think you'd be lucky, or I'd be lucky, to get probably, I don't know, maybe 3.5, you know, so that's quite a substantial loss. I was actually just trying to work out where these two were going. So yeah, I don't think that's a good idea. And you know, I suppose I'll tell you one thing that I do actually love about this bike, and seeing, you know, I gotta be honest, there was a time with it I was really down with it, you know. I just with all the jumping and spluttering, I was actually beginning to really dislike it. But since that they've done whatever they've done to it, you know, it is now becoming a much more fun bike to ride. So but the one thing that I have always liked about this bike is how nice and light and handleable it is. And I think for anyone of my age, you know, that's a really important factor. You know what I mean? Because none of us are getting any younger, so to have a bike that's manageable, there's got to be a bonus in it, eh? Look at this weather here. It just doesn't know what it's doing, doesn't it, eh? It don't know whether it's going to rain or what. And yet, you know, I mean, did you hear, like on the news today, Spain, you know, with the fires? I mean, dearie me, the people's houses, livelihoods. I'm not sure if there's any fatalities. I hope there isn't. I mean, that would be devastating. But I mean, you know, awful. And down the rest of France, you know, the temperatures are up. There's only us here, look. Mind you, I gotta be honest, as long as it doesn't rain, it's the rain here, right? Which this year, I mean, the last year was awful. Probably the worst summer we've had for, well, it was. Since I've been here in 20 years, it was the worst summer. So, this year, rain-wise, I mean, to be fair, it hasn't actually been that bad, so... But it is still very cloudy here, but I don't know. They reckon the temperatures are going to come up over the weekend to like 36 degrees, they're saying, so... It's quite a bit, really, yeah. I'll tell you another thing that I was looking at. You know, my display, you know, the TFT, that's sort of not scratch, but, well, I suppose it is, and it's been like it ever since that I bought the bike, you know, which is pretty poor, really. Obviously the material that it's made of isn't very good. So basically, I was sort of thinking, you can buy them, you know, the protectors that you put on top. I think I might get a set of them. I don't know if anybody's put any on, if they've got any recommendations where they got it from. There's loads around, but a lot of the ones that I've read say, oh, it don't fit, or it, you know, they're not very good. So if anybody's fitted a protector on your TFT screen and you're really happy with it and it fitted great, let us know, because I think I'm going to get one. I tell you what, it's so nice to be like having a day off today. Well, you know, I mean, that's it now. I'm on a week and a half break, and it's going to be, you know, such a nice rest. I've enjoyed working on the Chalet, you know, it's been good, but it was just flat out mayhem, you know what I mean? We sort of not overdid it. Well, I suppose we did, really, you know. So it will be nice to have a nice break. I'm just trying to think, what shall I do? Shall I go down to Odeon and have a look what's that's like? Probably busier now. Or should we just go straight to the beaches? Nah, let's go down Odeon. I know I do this run a lot, but when I'm not gonna go somewhere, this is just a nice ride for me. So I do apologise if any of you are bored with my run, but when it's like this and I try to fit these rides in when they're not even planned, I don't really have a lot of time, you know. So yeah, I've got quite a lot to do today at home. I tell you what, I've got a dodgy arm, shoulder and arm. I think it was lifting all them OSB boards up. Really, I don't know if I've pulled this muscle or something, but even just you know, not holding the bike because you're not holding it, but it's quite sore. I'm a poor old thing. And then today I went to put the front camera on and my little mounting bracket snapped, and the one before that snapped as well. I was going to order some more and I didn't, so hence the fact no front camera today. So I'll have to put in an order while I'm and try and get some new ones, because you can't, you know, there's no way around it. Even if I went to Camper, the only place that sells, or that I know of, that sells accessories for the GoPros or fixings of anything like that is a place called Fanac. But they have such a small choice. Half the time it's just not worth it, so I get them offline. It's just easier just to get them from the GoPro site itself, really. Well, it's a lot busier since the last time I came out here, gotta be honest. I'm just trying to work out, what is that car in front of me? It's definitely not a Ferrari. I know that bike there was a bike parked outside there. I don't know why I know it, but I do know it. Anyway, well, not personally, obviously it's a bike, probably the owner, or it's someone that I've known for one of the meetings. What does that say there? I don't even know what that is. I haven't got a clue. I mean, it's got a Cobra, a Shelby, and a Cobra, a GT 500. I have no idea, none whatsoever. Nice car though, sort of. It wouldn't be my sort of thing because it's too low. If I got into that, I'd never get out of it again. I'll be well and truly stuck. But yeah, twin exhaust job. Sounds nice. I tell you what though, these bikes, they see, it's this sort of thing that's, it's not as bad as it was, but it is still annoying. It still jumps a bit. It doesn't like, see, we're okay now. It's just in that real low rev range. These bikes do not like low revs, they really don't, and I just don't accept the fact that it's only mine. And yet, okay, it is a lot better now, but they do not like low revs. They just, you know, they're a feisty little bike, you know, talky little engines. They're much happier, you know, sort of whizzing around a bit, which is great. I mean, you know, you can have some fun on these. I keep getting pins and needles in me throttle hand, which is a pain in the ass. Just shows how long it is. Look at all this. I take it that the holiday makers here. Let's get some plates. Well, he's not a holiday maker. Local, he's local. He's not. See, there's a lot of tourists. Oh, there's loads of them. Aye. Fair play. I bet they're all looking at the clouds again, thinking, oh no. Not another cloudy day in Finisterre. So it looks a bit foggy out at sea, yeah. We'll see in a minute. Get it, eh? Excuse the pun. That's got to be an electric bike. There's no way she going that quick up that hill. Oh, I don't know. See, that tick over is still, it's not steady. Look, if you watch that, see, it's still up and down, which I don't get that, you know, I really don't. That I can't see why that is. Mind you, you know, I suppose I'm trying to think what my Himalayan, I'm sure the Himalayan isn't like that. In fact, it isn't. I'd have noticed it. I don't know why this does that. Anyway, we shall see what we shall see if they ever get the answer back from India, which again I think that's pretty bad. I do, you know, they can't take it into their own hands, the dealers. You know, there's obviously something, because it was kicking the fault out. So it should, I don't quite get why they have to get the permission from India. I mean, at the end of the day, you know, they're quick enough to take your money. And let's face it, Royal Enfield, you know, I mean, they're doing really well. They ought to be looking after the customers. So here we're going to Odeon. Tides in, fully in by the look of it. Yep. I don't know how busy this is going to be. Be interesting to see. This dog tied a beer to the post, look, eh? Well behaved or what? There's a few more people around today, look, eh? This is where you have to be aware, because, you know, and rightly so, you know. You get a lot of young children down here, and people have this tendency to just stroll out into the street. You know what I mean? Oh, well, you could have made it a bit more. There I was, being a considerate person, and he wasn't going to use the crossing. But these are. I've never understood why you would put a crossing right off an island, eh? Why would... See, now this is where this bike annoys me, in this here. This is when I dislike it. You know, you should be able to come through places like this without jumping and jerking, yeah? You know, look at it, see? I mean, I'm in second gear, for crying out loud. You know. Whoa, slow down here, Tiger. Yeah, it's a bit more busier, but look at it, it's still not, you know, a few years ago this place used to be absolutely heaving, you know, but it ain't anymore. Oh no. Hey, what's going on here then? You crossing, or you're just standing there for the fun of it? What are you doing? There you go. Sorted. Whoops, I hate that pole there. it's quite quiet along here. You normally get, oh, they got a lot of little, I don't know whether you can catch that on the GoPro, but they do like the paddle boarding, you know, they take the kids out. And my daughter did it the other day. See them? I don't know whether the GoPro's got it. All them flags there, look, yeah. Man, they're fishing, and why not, eh? It's a mackerel. Someone else fishing? Yep, someone else fishing. What? That's one. I just haven't had time. I love fishing, especially catching the mackerel. It's absolutely brilliant, you know. Right, you know what? I think I'm going to turn it round here, and I normally do here. And I'm going to go off to the beaches. See, look at the clouds there, see? You know, it's still yeah, okay, it's not raining, but it's not a brilliant day by any means, is it, eh? It's not cold. What are we now? 22 degrees, so. But you know, look at that lot there, look. You know, if you've come on your holidays, it's not the sort of thing you want, is it, eh? I mean, okay, like I said, I'd rather be in a climate like this right now than the people who are suffering terrible in these wildfires. There's no two ways about that. There does seem, mind you, them clouds are getting quite, look at that. There does seem an increase in push bikes. Oops, and he fell off the curb. Mind you, he's trying to keep his little girl on the curb, which is rightly so. Take it nice and easy down there. Look at that. It's a fish factory across there, look, straight in front of us. I do like ports. When I get back, I have to try and get out on a Sunday, go over somewhere, because you know, I know this is, for me, this is nice, getting out on the bike, but for the people that watch me, you must be getting a bit bored of the same thing, and I do appreciate that, and I do apologise, but yeah, look at these kids here, look, see them there, look, yeah, doing the old kayak, look how young they are. Mind you, I think it's right, you know, get them used to the water and the safety, how to behave, do you know what I mean? I think that's important. Look at this geezer here on his push bike. He's like, oh, I'm coming through. Fair play to him. Aye. I thought that was going to have a wonder over my side. See, it's that. I just wish that would just go away. Not too sure what's going on here. Oh dear. Definitely an increased amount of people along this bit. Thing is, a lot of them try and park here as well, which of course then makes it all a bit more awkward for the traffic. And there's a lot of crossings. Is that car again? That's that car there. Like, I don't know what it is. I'm not really into cars, you know what I mean? I've got to be honest. There's a lot of push bikes around. Too much traffic. Far too much traffic. I do not like traffic. I just I think I like Odeon in the winter. I tell you something, I watch Itchy Boots, as I'm sure a lot of people do, and I watched the episode. Well, I watched it yesterday. I don't know whether she put it on yesterday or maybe the day before. I couldn't ride in that traffic that she rides in. They are maniacs, you know. People walking out, and there's motorbikes left, right and centre, trucks coming up the wrong way, and oh dearie me, eh? I just I couldn't be doing that. No, I mean, she goes just to some absolutely fantastic places, mind you. I think she's looking forward so much herself to be, you know, getting out now of the sort of the towns, because it'd drive me up the wall, you know what I mean? I mean, it really would. Horrible. The amount of bikes. You can go, your arrow is flashing. Go good. Still, never mind. Not that there was anybody behind her, but rather than sitting there. See, look at the tick over now, it's up and down like a flaming yo-yo. Which I still don't think is right. Hopefully they will get it sorted out. Be interesting to know anybody else who's got one of these. Is your tick over like that? Huh? Your idle speed, is it constant like I believe an idle speed should be? Or is it up and down? Let us know. Look at that, some cloud form coming, eh? Let's go and look at the sea. Then my ride will be complete. Like I said, I've got a lot to do today. I'm so behind in such a lot of things that I've just got to get it sorted. So the clouds are over there. If you look straight on or maybe slightly to the right, it's okay. But as we go around this bend here, we have a bit of cloud form, eh? So I was talking to Pete up in Normandy. Well, not talking, but messaging, because that's what we all do these days, isn't it? And I said to him once we get the roof, do you know, every set of lights of it have been on red. Once we get the roof on the chalet, I'm going to go up to Normandy, I think. Well, I am. I'll probably go up there for 3 days and have a mooch around there. And I said to him, because Pete he lives pretty close to like all the war memorial stuff. Let's put it this way, he lives a lot closer than I do. So I said I'd go up and, you know, I'll probably hire one of them. I stayed in one before, igloo-y sort of a thing. It was alright actually. And I said if he wants to come up and, you know, spend the night there, and we'll have a chat and a mooch. But I think if I do it, I'm not going to, I'm just going to have a total relax. I ain't going to put the cameras on, I don't think. I'm just going to, you know, I don't even know what bike I'm going to go on yet, because I'm so limited for carrying stuff on this one, really. You know, especially if I'm going to be like, you know, staying somewhere where I've got to take all my stuff with me, you know, bedding and that sort of stuff. I think it's going to have to be the Himalayan, which I don't mind. At least I won't get shook to death in traffic. So yeah, that could be a bonus actually. But I can put all my boxes on with that, and then I've got plenty of storage. Oh, these clouds are getting a bit more prominent, eh? To be fair, I haven't really used the Himalayan much. In fact, well, I haven't used any of them much really. You know, I think this has been the worst year for me that I haven't used the bikes. Right, I'll have a turn down by the church in a minute, and then do the run along the beaches. What's the time? 22:11. Yeah, that'd be good. By the time I've done that and I get back, at least I'm going away from the clouds this way. Get back, do a bit of editing, time for lunch, then it gives me the afternoon to do the bits and pieces that I got to do. I've got to source some exterior cladding for the chalet. I've looked at some, but phew, we're talking stupid prices, you know. Mind you, like I've said all the way through this build, the material cost in France is extremely expensive, so it doesn't really surprise me that the cladding is no different. I was going to put my Airtex jacket on when I come out of the house. You know, you get thrown into this false, you know, I thought, oh yeah, nice and sunny, you know, I'll put my Airtex jacket on. I'll tell you what, I'm glad I didn't, because even with this jacket on, it's not nippy, but you know, you can feel the air whacking you. So if I'd got the Airtex on, now that is a sea out there, but it just looks like cloud, doesn't it, because it's full of mist. There's some cloud here, look at that lot, eh? Not funny, is it, eh? Not funny. tell you what I love about these bikes. It's a real silky smell, oh for God's sake, silky smooth gear change. It, you know, it really is. It's beautiful. Be interesting to see how many people are on the beach. I mean, it's not that early, but I suspect that there's not going to be many. But we will find out in a minute. I think maybe they're all hoping for this cloud to sod off. Tell you, my poor arm is oh hey, excuse the French. It gets me, why can they not see you? You know, it's not like you're invisible, is it? You know what I mean? I'm coming down here, I've got an LED front light which is bright, and it pulls out. Why would that be? You know, too many bikers are injured or killed because of idiots who don't look where the hell they're going or pay attention, and then he thinks by putting his hand up to me everything's okay. Well, you know what, mate, it ain't. You're a dickhead. Learn how to drive and pay attention. Anyway, getting back, look at, do you know there's so many bikes around? Look at them. Hey, fair play to them. I miss riding mine, I really do. My two girls have got some nice bikes, and they never use them, you know what I mean? Typical, innit, eh? And oh, look at this, my favourite view ever. Just look at that, eh? Okay, maybe not so sunny as here. Suppose you look at the beach. Look, it's empty. There's just a couple of cars. That's crazy, isn't it, eh? Look at that. Just a few people. I mean, literally, look. Maybe this afternoon if the temperature comes up a bit, but see what I mean? This is, you know, imagine you come here on your holidays, you know, say you've come over from the UK, yeah, and you've done like what? You've done Plymouth to Roscoff, Brittany ferries. Now, I don't know for certain, but I'm sort of guessing. A car, 4 people, 2 adults, 2 kids, it's going to be costing you, I would imagine, 600 return, probably more than that now, but let's say 600, yeah, and a bit of fuel there and back, so let's say 700, yeah. Then you've got, say, a mobile home for 2 weeks, you're looking at £1,000, over £1,000, yeah. So you pay all that out and you get this sort of weather. I mean, it's not that good, is it? You know what I mean? This is the trouble. It's not that good. This area, can be, you know, if you come here and you think, oh, this is great, you know, I can have a rest and the kids can have a really nice time and all that, it just doesn't always work out the way that you planned it, you know. which is a shame because still, never mind. Do you know what? I think I'm going to turn around in my favourite place here, making sure that there's a geezer there on a bike. You know, I'm going to stop here for a minute. I'll let him pass because I don't want to go knocking him off. Oh, cool. There we go. I'll tell you what, right, which is a strange thing to talk about, but it's just popped into my head. I had these new riding jeans, yeah, which I'm really happy with. Seriously, I have never ever had such a comfortable pair of riding jeans in my life. I absolutely love these to bits, yeah. But the one thing, which is probably me, they could, even with the belt on, they never seemed to stay up. I was always hitching them up a bit, do you know what I mean? I think it's just because they've got so much, you know, the lining in them and everything else that's putting all the protective stuff and God knows what else, and they're stretch material, which is great when you're on the bike because, you know, you sit down so it's comfortable, so I get all that. But they always seem like when you was walking around, look at that, hey, that's a nice view. When you was walking around, they always seem to not fall down, but just go down that little bit, which I found a little bit uncomfortable. Then this morning, when I was getting ready this morning, I thought to myself, do you know what? I've got a pair of, you know, them big, thick braces that you wear. I used to wear them with my leather trousers, and I thought, I've got them somewhere. So I went through all my stuff and I found them and I put them on. I tell you what a difference it made. Heaven, absolute heaven, yeah. See, there's not that many people down there at all, is there? There's a few surfers there, look. One's just got engulfed in a wave. I don't know what I'm laughing at because I couldn't even stand up on the flaming board. Yeah. Mind you, they're okay, the surfers, isn't they? Because they wear them, was it, neoprene suits. You know, we've talked about this before. The ones that you get on and you never get them off again. You spend your life in one. That's a nice house there. Look at that house there, eh? Now that, there's two people sat outside that house with straw hats. I can't really make the people out. I could just see the two straw hats, yeah. They're probably not people, they're probably just there on posts. So everybody drives past thinking, oh, look at them pair having coffee on the terrace. Look at these clouds, it's getting worse. I should do a poll on my channel. Would you come to Finisterre for a holiday? Would you? I mean, you know, say someone gave you £2.5 grand and said, there you go on holiday. Would you come to Finisterre? My answer to that would be no. I'd go. Oh, there's some nice cladding. I wonder where they got it from. No, I wouldn't come to Finisterre. I'd go south, my boy, go south. There's my battery. Yeah, sorted. It's a nice Des Res. See, there's a do 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 do. Do 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 do. I was having a little song then, just thinking to myself, right, pause pull on. I doubt the bar's open, so there shouldn't be any waitresses running backwards and forwards, but caution is still advisable. There's a couple of people there. Oh, they are open, I think, are they? Oh, they are, yeah. Mind ya, gotta make the money while you can, eh? Season's nearly over. Oh, the little boat's back in there, look. Take it nice and easy round here. You know, you gotta be so careful. Get a lot of kids running out, and I'm in absolutely no rush at all. Look at the boats there. Oh god. Say what's the temperature? 22. See, it's not even coming up. You know what I mean? It's 11 o'clock. 22 degrees. It's not really take the kids down to the beach weather, is it? Which, mind you, I mean, I get it. Most of the caravan sites around here, you know, they got pools on. So, you know, I suppose if you come over with your, you know, a couple of young kids, you know, it's like me, you know, with a. I mean, I'm not a beach person. I love beaches. I mean, I love the ocean. Oh, and I love beaches. But I'm not one to sort of just sprawl out on a beach all day. That's not really me, you know what I mean? That's nice there, look. But again, look. Apart from a few people just strolling along, it's just empty. It's weird, isn't it, eh? Anyway. So yeah, I mean, it's just really strange how quiet it is. But yeah, like I was saying, I'm not really a beach person, as in lying on one all day. But there again, I suppose it's not really warm enough yet. It's very, there's like a haze, a foggy haze out at sea, isn't there? I love that smell, you know, that I love the smell of the sea. A lot of people don't. They say, oh no, it doesn't smell nice at all. I think it smells great, I do. Which way will we go? Should we? Yeah, we'll go this way. Now, that's a bit stupid, isn't it, you know? That was the most dumbest move out. It really was. She goes to come around the person who's walking on the right side of the road, but can't wait. Hey, what a total idiot. There are some stupid people about. What gets me is, just for the sake of waiting 2 seconds, you know what I mean? Safety to the old guy that's walking, you know, why not? He's entitled to go out for a walk and he's doing nothing wrong. And just because she can't wait, you know, oh no, we've got to get there, got to get round, regardless of the car coming the other way and me. But, you know, there you go. I'm having a bit of a whinge again, you know. La Poste. Hello, La Poste. Oh, aye, aye. Oh dear. Certainly keeps you alert, doesn't it? It does, you know. Well, that's a big black cloud up there, isn't it? Eh? You got to be honest. That's, do you know, I love that garden. It's a big garden and a little house. I suppose the land was bought, and I believe that there's only a couple there. I suppose they don't want a big house. Why would you? Too many people, too many cars, all not knowing what's going on. I'll tell you what, this arm's giving me some right jip. It's all them flaming OSB boards that I've been lifting. Oh, I felt it go about a week ago, and I think I must have pulled a muscle or something, but man, we seem to be heading back to the rain. So yesterday, I know this is a strange thing. Yesterday, my wife did me a bacon sandwich. Now, you might say to yourselves, and what's unusual about that? Well, the unusual thing about that is I don't eat bread. And I mean, I don't, you know, it's just a choice. I don't, you know, I don't eat bread. I don't, anyway. And but the kids fancied a bacon sandwich and that, like, so a bacon sandwich. And do you know what? I really enjoyed it. I mean, bread, I wouldn't start eating bread again, because it's not my favourite food at all. But no, you know, it was just nice. It was really, I really enjoyed this bacon sandwich. I was just thinking, I wouldn't mind another bacon. Could be pushing it a bit. Deutschland. I am from Deutschland. A lot of Germans come over here. I don't know why. From Germany, I'd go down further. I'd go, you know, Chamonix, Italy, all round there. Beautiful area. But we do get quite a few Germans round this area. It's a nice cut up by the camper, eh? Yes, you stay there. That corner there, right? I have seen over the years, I have seen so many accidents. I really have. They just put it's not there right away. That's not a priority from the right. It is not there right away. But they just pull out, and it's unbelievable the amount of accidents that have been there. Interesting to see what that place is going to be, what they've built there, because it burnt down, the old one, and it used to be like a multicultural shop, you know, little tractors and lawn mowers and all that sort of stuff. I don't know whether it's going to be the same thing. Be interesting to see what it is going to be. Right, well, I could go that way, but I think what we'll do is we'll have a ride up the main road, and we'll come back in the other way, and crossing the road. Did you see that sign? Well, definitely going into the cloudy bit here, eh? That's for sure. Look at that. Now that definitely looks like it's going to rain now, doesn't it, eh? In fact, it seems to be getting worse. So that place there, that's a nice chocolate factory. They make anything out of chocolate, you know. From you can go in there, say if you want it, like my daughter had one done for me, like a bike out of chocolate, and almost too good to eat, but oh, it's really nice chocolate. And they do these chocolate, sort of big squares of chocolate on a stick, you know. So you boil the milk and you make a nice milky, you know, a nice milky chocolatey drink, and they're really nice. They're not cheap, mind you, but nice. So yeah, it's an old tractor there, look, eh? That's the guy. Yeah, that's strange, isn't it? When I was riding down this road, that's the guy that was coming up the road on my side of the road. I've just passed him again. He lives down in Plozibet, and yeah, I wonder where he's been. He might be thinking the same. Oh, I wonder where he's been. Then again, he might not give a hoot and he might not think anything, so there you go. I'm a nosy sod, you see, so I think to myself, I wonder where he's been. I'll tell you what, I'll tell you one thing with these bikes, especially not like a stretch like that there. That was nice, you know. I mean, that's when these bikes come into their own, they do, you know. But if you are in traffic, you're up and down the flaming gearbox. They are absolutely useless for that. You know, it's you does my head in. You know, because they are so bad, you know, like being low down, you're just constantly changing gear. You know, you get a little bit of speed up, you know, you go up a gear, then straight away it will start jumping. You got to go back down again, and again, that's another annoying factor if you are in places where there's a lot of traffic. You know, it's just get an automatic box. That's what you need. Get an automatic box. See, a 30 zone, which I don't mind 30 zones at all. Second gear, look at it, it's and the exhaust is like pop 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 pop. Hear it? I don't know whether you can hear that, but it is. Just doesn't like low revs, not one little bit. Well, it does actually make me wonder if a fuel X would actually make the difference. You know, it's almost as though that the bike needs that little bit more richness, you know, that little bit more power. And I reckon, you know, maybe a fuel X would do the trick, but it's a lot of money to invest, especially now when, you know, when I'm actually all tied up doing the shallow. Look at this here, look. You know, it's something that I would like to get and put on, but you know, I've got a big enough outlay, so. But yeah, maybe one day I might try it and see. Because if I could just get that low down rev sorted, I would be such a happy man. I really would. All the young cows here, look, hey, they grow so quick, these cows do. 1 minute they're like, can hardly walk, you see them staggering around the fields, and then the next minute they look at me and think, bloody hell, you know, they've grown that quick. Right, well, there you go. I'm nearly back home. Temperature, according to this, has come up, although it doesn't feel like it to me, but it's saying it's 24, so it's about 21. But so scratches there, look. That's bad, that is. That's I've never noticed that before. It's quite badly scratched. Pretty bad, really. The how it marks are quick, but still, never mind. Yeah, so I hope you've enjoyed the little run of me moaning and groaning and going on about various things, but I've enjoyed it. It's what oh god, apart from this stupid bike doing this at low revs again. But yeah, it's what I needed. I needed to get out, I needed to have a ride, which I've done. So therapeutic, that's what it's been. Therapeutic. I don't know when the next video will be. Probably in about a week and a bit, I would think. So if you enjoyed this, give me a thumbs up, that would be great. And I will see you all in the next video. Take care and bye for now.